Yo, what's going on YouTube? Trucker D back again. Hopefully you had a good weekend. Hopefully you're having a good week. Whenever you're seeing this video, hopefully your week or weekend is going well. So as for me, right now it's about 9 o'clock. And today's actually my day off, so I don't go into work until later on tonight. So I'm just chilling, handling some stuff. So I was reading over the emails and I got a pretty good question. I know a few of you guys have asked me this over the course of time. And the question was, what was it like when you had your first load solo? Or what was it like when you first got off your trainer's truck? So it's funny because my first load, and this is back when I was at Stevens, I'm not gonna lie, it didn't go so well. So I finally got, assigned my truck, and it took them forever to find me a load because when you're at Stevens, by the way, I'm not at Stevens anymore, but when you're at Stevens, usually your first load, they're gonna send you up to either Oklahoma or Kansas. So they first sent me a load. I remember it was going to, they were gonna have me deadhead all the way to Liberal, Kansas, which is like, I think 300 miles from Dallas. So like, you're gonna go to Liberal, and then they ended up taking that off. They're like, oh, never mind, we have this load to Oklahoma City, and from Dallas, I think that's only maybe 2 hours and some change. I don't remember. They was like, it delivers the following day, and I remember I left the yard, I believe it was on a Thursday, and it wasn't due until I think Saturday. So I went ahead, took the load, went up to that Petro in Oklahoma City. And by the way, the drive went pretty well. Banged it out. So I just chilled at the truck stop. And then I remember the load was supposed to be due like late at night. So I get to the receiver. And by the way, I was going to the Coca-Cola in Oklahoma City. And those who've been there, I'm sure you know how fun that place is. So I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of nervous because this was like my first load solo. So I'm just looking at I'm studying the facility on the map, because this place here is kind of weird because the shipping is on one side and then the receiving is on another side. So I'm looking over, I'm trying to figure out like, I was getting that mental thought of how I'm gonna come in, how I'm gonna set up and everything, because I was nervous, And I was looking at the map and I saw these two doors, which is the receiving, and I'm thinking to myself, oh man, I'm gonna have to blindside this off the street. Now, I had a buddy of mine who was at Steve's at the time, and he said he's been there before, so he told me exactly how to set up. He was saying it's a driveway. You just enter through the driveway and then swing out. That way you don't have to blindside. Now, of course, when it's time for me to, get in the door, and by the way, it took them about 4 hours because that night they was backed up. They were like behind, and there's only 2 doors for receiving. So basically the staging area is on the street. So you basically have to park on the street until they're ready for you. So, and those who've been there, you guys know it's 2 doors. It's the one on the far right, which is towards the fence, and then there's another one which is by like the telephone pole. So of course there was a long nose, I think Kenworth. So basically I just I'm gonna have to wing it, because the way I planned to enter, I couldn't do it because that truck was so far out. So I basically had to blindside, and at that time I wasn't good at blindside back at all. I was horrible at it. So I struggled, like it was hell. And plus I had cars, because those who've been there, you guys know that little road where the docks are, it's constantly cars and trucks going up and down that little road. So it was something. So I kept fucking up. So finally, the dude that was in the dock next to me, he finally got out and helped me. He was like, this must be your first time here. I'm like, yeah. He's like, how long you been driving? I'm like, this is like my first day solo. Like I just got off my trainer's truck. He's like, oh, it's okay. I see people struggle here all the time. So he's like, so basically what you have to do this and you have to do that. So he basically guided me how to set up. And he even said, It would have been easier if you going off the driveway and did it, but of course his truck was there, so I couldn't do it. So it was nightmare. And of course, the people, the workers inside, you know, they had the doctor over, so they were just watching me and they were laughing. I just say, hey, it's my first day, I'm new, like, cut me a break. So they're like, nah, you're good, man. So they finally got me unloaded, and then I finally left from there. And then after that, I had went back to that same Petro where I had stayed at, you know, until it was time to deliver. And then the next day, I get a call from my DM, and of course he never answers his phone. So they just sent me a message on the clock telling me to just deadhead from Oklahoma City into Liberal, Kansas. Now, since I was new, I really wasn't familiar with the meat patch at all, so I had no idea where I was going. He just said deadhead to Liberal, Kansas, and just send a macro or send a freeform when you get there. So I deadhead, I think it's like 300 miles or something like that, up into Liberal. And those who've been to Liberal, you guys know it's it sucks going up there, because to get into Liberal, you're pretty much taking all US highway. I think it's like US 193 or 183 or something like that. So it's pretty much no interstates. Like once you get off of 40, it's all US highway. So I get to Liberal, Kansas, and I'm sending messages to the my DM. They're not responding. So I end up sitting in Liberal for like a day and a half before they finally say, okay, you'll be taking this meat load from Kansas, and then you're gonna take it all the way to, I think, California or something like that. So and at the time I really wasn't familiar with DLDs. Like I just saw the appointment time. I'm just calling them like, I've been sitting here for all this time, like what's up with this load? And they were like, it's a deadline departure. And that's, you know, when I learned what a DLD was. And I remember when I went to Liberal, Kansas, that place smelled horrible. So that's pretty much all I remember about my first load. I just remember, you know, that I was nervous, didn't really know what I was doing. So yeah, that's my memory of my first load, y'all. So I'm going to cut this video short. I got some stuff I need to handle, so that's just a quick video for you guys. And as I always tell y'all, thank you to all my day one subscribers. Appreciate all of you guys. And like I said, if you like the video, thumbs up. If you don't, well, you know what to do. Thumbs down. Y'all take it easy. Stay safe.